in with important information about medicine, food, dating, or just the stuff you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. Anything you want to share, a bad date, movie review, or just the strangest thing that happened to you at work, call in and join the fun toll-free at 1-800-889-0267. Right now, sit back and let's start the lunch break. Freddie and Les are ready, so here are the boys.
Good morning, everybody, and we're back for a third day, so we're excited, right, Freddie?
Yes, sir.
So today we're going to talk about what's coming up right now. We got one of the greatest, I think, Super Bowls coming up now. We got the old guy, Peyton Manning, who's a Pro Bowler and has probably got all the records broken, and we got Cam Newton, who's the young guy who is absolutely phenomenal. So I got the coach here. Who do you think's got the shot to win this game? It's a 4-point difference in this game. Who do you pick? I know you're thinking. I can see it.
No, it's not that I'm thinking. It's that how you doing? I like the fact that that this game has a lot of worlds that have come together.
Yeah.
You have a guy who's probably going to be his last game,
Probably.
and you have another guy who is going
I agree.
and they all come together, and the worlds are going in opposite directions, and they bring different meaning to this game. So I line is bigger than the offensive line is going to be a great game. What I like about this game is the personalities. Cam Newton is the future of the NFL. He's a good kid that likes to have fun.
Yeah, that's nice. I like to see that.
And I think that this is going to be one of the biggest, most exciting NFLs that you've seen in a couple of years. Remember when we saw the Giants come back and beat the Patriots and they were undefeated?
That was your game. That's the one that you liked, right?
I'm going to tell you something. That was unbelievable,
Right.
that game. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun, this game.
So you got anything planned for the Super Bowl? You can have one of those big parties?
No, I never do.
Not me either.
I usually stay home and watch. My kids can come over with the girls if they want to watch. And they usually don't, but that's okay. This year it's quiet, and we have a lot of business that we have to
Take
do
care of
during the weekend.
Right.
So I really don't have a lot of time
we
to
got
do that.
you and I work. It's funny. You and I are working harder now than we ever did. And
But it's a lot more fun.
yes, it is. It's a lot more fun because we're enjoying what we're doing. And I personally always like to sit at home with the big screen and know that I could stop it when the commercials go. Well, right now, a lot of people are watching. They did a show yesterday about the commercials. It was the 50th reunion of all the best commercials.
That's right.
And do you remember which was what my favorite one was?
Which one? The Geico.
No, the one with the going back to prehistoric time, and the guy gives a letter to one of those prehistoric animals, and a dinosaur eats him, and he goes back into the cave and says to his boys, he said, "Package didn't go through." He said, "Did you use FedEx?" So he said FedEx wasn't there in those days. As he walks out, that same dinosaur steps on him. But it was just such a creative.
Unless I don't remember that.
Yeah. Oh, that
I don't remember
that was
commercial.
that was one of the top commercials.
It must be because I can't remember it.
The Cindy Crawford commercial.
The GoDaddy? No, Cindy Crawford.
No, when she's sitting there drinking the PepsiCo. Remember that one? Oh yeah, and she goes like this, and she's in with short shorts, and the two boys are going.
It figures he
Yeah,
would remember.
and the two boys are looking and saying, "Wow, Pepsi came out with a new can." It just goes to show you how everything was back in the old days.
Hey, Connecticut, what do you remember? What do you remember the most about Super Bowl commercial?
About the commercials?
Yeah, which is the number one commercial you remember?
God, usually beer.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest
The
ones.
Budweiser,
Like
the Clydesdales
the Bob
with the
Euchre
puppy.
ones too, though.
Which one?
The Bob Euchre one.
He was a baseball player.
I know who he is. Which one did he do?
Less filling tastes great. Less filling tastes great. I must be in the front row.
She sounds just like him.
I'm telling you, you're coming over here. You're going to be our new girl. We'll get somebody else out there to do that. I mean, but we need you.
Don't let Susie hear you.
Yeah, I know she's gonna be hit with a brick. The funny thing is that they said that Super Bowl commercial expensive than ever this year.
$5 million, from $5 million to $8 million, depending on what time. Now, do you know what goes on in Vegas? in Vegas, they bet on who's going to make the first touchdown.
Right.
Who's
coin course?
Is it going to be heads or tails?
Yeah.
I mean, amazing. And these
What's
guys.
the line now?
Line is 4 points right now. Which I'll tell you something. If you look at the logic for a team like Carolina, to only be a 4-point favorite going against Peyton Manning, you know what I think it is? I think they got a great defense, Manning. I think everyone wants to see him win. Everyone wants to see him. But you know what? I don't know if he'll retire. Do you think he'll retire if he wins?
Yes.
Seriously, do.
Yes, he's done.
And they'll put in Osweiler, right?
And they can put whoever they want, but this particular game is going to be about Manning. And you know, there's something called the will of man.
Yep.
And the will of man always can win. It's like Derek Jeter getting a base hit for his last at bat to win a game.
Right.
I mean, that's storybook stuff.
Oh yeah.
But there's a couple of things about the Super Bowl I wanted to bring up. Number one, they're bringing comedy back in the Super Bowl. There's something with dogs and also, but comedy.
Oh, the dog bowl? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, that was always silly. I didn't like that. No, but they're bringing comedy back. It's something with Heinz ketchup and hot dogs and stuff. But it goes to show you that
Ketchup on a hot dog, and we're the boys from Brooklyn, and we're talking about ketchup on a hot dog?
I put ketchup on a hot dog. I put ketchup, mustard,
Connecticut.
onions, sauerkraut.
I'm plain, actually. I put tomatoes on mine.
You're from Chicago?
You put tomatoes on a hot dog?
Yeah, I'm weird.
I had a Chicago hot dog for the first time about a year ago, and what made it so great is they have everything on. They have that
chili?
Neon relish, mustard, tomato, and a pickle. That's with a seeded bun.
Okay, enough. That's gonna make me ill. That's gonna make me very ill.
Now you know as well. How could you're from Brooklyn? How
Yeah,
do you
I don't remember
ketchup?
putting pickles on the Nathan hot dog. What's the matter with you?
But you put ketchup on a hot dog.
I put ketchup on everything.
You know,
I've been married twice. I put ketchup on them too. It puts ketchup on everything.
have you ever had a corned beef sandwich?
Yeah,
Did you
put
put
ketchup on that too.
Oh no, my father just turned over in his grave when you said that.
I put ketchup on them too.
Oh my God.
Where's your bell?
No, everyone told me I ring the bell too much, so I'm not going to ring it.
Yeah, we have to lay off the bell.
I have to lay off the bell unless it's something like earth shaking.
No, you know what we gotta do? We gotta do a sound effect, like a doing.
Yeah.
So find
Okay.
one of those.
Okay.
You can have fun with that. What do you
Okay.
want?
I was told I was bell crazy.
Now I know that we got
Okay.
we got Susie Q on the line. Is that what we got? All right, let's ask her what she wants, what kind of hot dog she has.
No, it's not so much the hot dog, what they put on it.
What you put on it.
Okay.
I like to put the beans. What is that?
Chili?
Chili bean? Chili dog.
Wait a second. You're Puerto Rican, and you don't even know any of this.
Chili dog, Ming.
I gotta get somebody else here as the
I'm
other boy.
Costa Rican.
Oh, do you put ketchup on a hot dog?
No, I don't really like ketchup.
I went to a restaurant with some guy, and he said, I heard this corned beef here was so fantastic. So we ordered corned beef. And what do you put on corned beef? Connecticut? Mustard. Okay. Know what he put on there? Mayonnaise.
Yeah, so do I.
I
Hey,
want to
guys,
let everyone
can you
know
hear me?
this is the last day of the show with me and Freddie.
I put on mayonnaise. I put on my. First of all, yes, Susie.
Can you hear me, guys? How are
Yeah.
you today, my boys from Brooklyn?
We're doing good.
We hear you.
Yeah, well, you're not going to forget about the little Q.
Hey, Q, I got to ask you a question. Okay?
Yes. Well, wait. Can we just finish our? You asked me what I would like on my hot dogs or hot dogs.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Lettuce, tomato, onions done very, very like burnt.
Burnt
and,
onion
a little vodka chaser. That's what I like with my hot
and a
dogs.
vodka
I make
chaser. You think the hot dog in the vodka?
What I'm
vodka. I may break tradition and have a hot dog for Super Bowl, and I may have a burger. And I'm going to tell you guys something. You're going to flip you out. You know what I have on my eggs when you're talking about ketchup on everything in marriages, but that's a whole other show. I have whole grain mustard on my eggs. Can you believe that?
Whole grain
You ever heard
mustard.
of that?
I never heard of that.
Now-
It's
Anybody that puts anything other than mustard as the first base on a hot dog, if you're from New York and somebody heard you were putting on ketchup on a hot dog at Nathan's, you know what they would do for you too to you? They would beat you up even though you're Puerto Rican.
Did you see the dog go by?
I saw a
Talking
beautiful.
about hot dogs?
I saw a beautiful blonde go by.
There's a dog in the studio.
I'd rather look at
Talking
the
about hot
blonde.
dogs. But let me tell you something. When I was growing up, we were really poor. My mother used to buy one steak and hit this bad boy and make it about 100 pounds big, right? I mean, this is traditional Hispanic. You know what I'm talking about there, right? Connecticut. So this steak now is like a hair, and it has to feed 6 people.
Oh my God.
So what we used to do is we used to put tomato sauce on it with a lot of onions and peppers and all sorts of things.
I can
right?
see that.
So when I was growing up,
Okay.
I couldn't afford mustard. We didn't know what mustard was. We had ketchup. Ketchup was the everything seasoning. I put it on rice and beans. I put it on chicken. I put it on hot dogs and hamburgers because we didn't know any better.
Oh, but that was a tradition in your family because that's what you grew up
We
with.
were poor.
Well, no, you could have been poorer than me.
Les, I'm going to tell you how poor we were.
Okay.
I wore my brother's sneakers.
I didn't have a brother, so I wore my sisters. Tell me how poor you were.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm sorry.
That's pretty good.
You put ketchup on everything because you have a sweet tooth, and ketchup is sweet.
No. When I went to
Like with
Yankee
ketchup on
Stadium
everything.
for the
Right.
first time in my life
Right.
to watch the Mets and the Yankees play, my uncle took me. He gave me a hot dog with mustard.
Sure.
And I said, what the hell is that?
Did you
He
like
said,
it
that's
though?
mustard.
You
He
don't
said,
like it,
try
though?
it. And I liked it. And I said, how you make this?
Yeah.
Where'd this come
Yeah.
from? But it took until I was 8 years of age to find
Right.
out what mustard was.
Mustard on a hot dog, and I like hot sauerkraut. No?
Sauerkraut's very good for you.
I love sauerkraut.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
love
sauerkraut. I knew a guy
good.
that
You
used
know
to
what
make. He used to make pita bread, and he used to put sauerkraut and well, Susie would understand it, and like a vegan cheese and melt it. It was such a great sandwich, and it's loaded with all kinds of vitamins, and it tasted good.
What is
Well,
the
I got a
vegan
question.
cheese?
Okay, go ahead.
Because I know that
What is
Susie
the
and you are
vegan
Jewish.
cheese?
Yes.
Cheese without holes? Is that a vegan cheese?
Yeah, cheese without holes. Is that a vegan cheese?
I don't know. It
don't
just tasted good, so I
Could be.
What do you want to ask me, Les? How's your hair today?
it's just still in my head. I had to put glue down, but it worked. So what,
Well,
Freddie?
I went to eat at a Jewish deli
Okay.
the other day for dinner. I had
It's
a
not a real
sandwich.
Jewish deli, but go
Oh,
ahead.
no, it was.
It was okay.
Supposedly, Boca Raton Jewish deli.
Oh, I know the one you went to. That was a good
Yes.
one. I know just what
I
you
didn't like it. But anyway,
Really?
that's something
No, I
else.
happen to like it. I know what you're talking about.
So I had pastrami on rye,
Mm-hmm.
which they're known for.
yes, the
And I
sandwiches.
asked them for Swiss.
Oh yeah, but that's good.
They don't put it. They don't mix milk. What is it?
Oh, so it's a real Jew. Okay, it's
Yeah.
really kosher. So you can't get a Reuben there either.
No, you can't get any
Wow.
cheese on it.
I never knew that.
You can't mix dairy and
with-
meat.
Yes, that's correct.
So the guy looked at me.
In Jewish, that's called the shanda.
Well, I shanda him.
You shanda, yes.
I saw the shanda. I saw the shanda him.
Shanda,
And he
yeah.
looked at me and he
For all my
goes,
Jewish people out there, could you please call in and tell this Puerto Rican how you eat a pastrami sandwich? You can call us at 800-889-0267. We love it when you call us up. We also like when you text us and tweet us. But you know, it's funny. You'll never see. My daughter is dating an Italian guy who I totally adore, and he'll drink milk with a steak.
Ew.
You did that? Now he likes milk. Now I've had, to me,
milk with a steak that's a Spanish tradition.
That
We put the bones in the milk. You did that?
Oh, yeah, that's a great way to cook the bones.
Wow.
Makes them real tender, and the meat on the bones makes it
That's
real
right.
tender.
Oh, that
That's
is
right.
great.
That's right.
But we did all
Great
of this.
from the health coach.
You know, you guys have fruit for dessert.
Not
In-
always. We
in-
have regular.
In my house was a Twinkie and milk.
Do you
Why
know?
do you think I'm a diabetic?
Do you know a Twinkie will last? Well, you could take a Twinkie, and if you don't unwrap it, that Twinkie could last for 60 years. Open it up and taste it. It's got so much artificial flavoring in it. I don't remember my mother. May she rest in peace. When I used to go to junior high school, it was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a Twinkie. That's what I ate. Peanut butter and jelly, because my parents weren't wealthy, so peanut butter is like the best thing to eat. It's healthy. It's got all the stuff.
It's
in
cheap.
it. And it's cheap. Yeah, I mean, a jar of peanut butter the whole week. Sometimes my mother was cool. She made a jelly and peanut butter sandwich to change it up a little, because.
I tell you,
Okay.
she would confuse me.
I'm not gonna do a bell.
My mother used to watch what all the other mothers used to do.
Right.
So I wanted tuna fish. Now
Oh,
you
I love
can't
tuna.
have
Wait
you
a
can't have
minute.
mayonnaise.
Tuna or tuner?
Tuna.
Tuna fish.
Tuner. Tuner fish.
Tuna.
Okay,
Tuna
go
fish.
ahead.
ER,
Go
tuna.
ahead, Freddie.
Tuna fish. So You can't put mayonnaise on tuna fish
Sure you can.
and wait 3 or 4 hours. She wouldn't do it.
Oh, you have to cool it because it'll spoil. Your mother was right.
So she used to make it, and she used to buy the water tuna fish, so that really has no flavor.
Oh.
And by the time lunchtime came around, I was trading lunches. Remember how I used to trade lunches?
Oh yeah.
You got ham and cheese?
I'll give you I'll take your ham and cheese for a tuna and water packed tuna. Well, you know what? That was one of the biggest things of bodybuilders. That's all they would eat. They would eat 2 and 3 cans of tuna because it's all protein. And what I found out, I take lemon. I buy the water packed. I take lemon. I mix up with some scallions. And am I right?
Yeah.
Right. And maybe just a drop of tuna to give it flavor. And you leave it in the refrigerator for 2 days. Then you eat it.
Yeah.
That's good. So we got any calls coming in, Freddie? Any questions you want to ask today that people send in?
There's a couple of things. One is we never answered the question about the 2 lines in front of the library.
Yeah, what was that one?
The name is Patience and Fortitude.
Oh, patience and fortitude.
Yes.
One of the 2 of the 10 wonders or 7 wonders of the world.
That is
Patience and
correct.
fortitude.
Patience.
Very
And,
good.
and the Fortitude line is the one closest to 42nd Street. That's why they call them Fortitude.
They should have in
Get
front
it?
of
Fortitude.
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 Oh yeah, I just got that one.
Fortitude.
Fortitude. Hey,
Very
you got some
ingenious.
fortitude, baby. Oh,
And I got an answer. I don't know what you're gonna do, because this guy from New York wrote in last, and he gave us the name of the 3 people on the start 1957. Yes, Liz, we know that's a big day for you. The Brooklyn Dodgers baseball team.
Okay.
And I know he's right because I looked it up.
I have it right here. Go ahead.
He had Roy Campanella.
Correct.
He had Rube Walker.
Right.
He had Gil Hodges.
Yep.
And Dan Newcomb was on that team. And
Don
the number one.
And Pee Wee Reese.
And Pee Wee Reese.
Reese, yeah.
So the guy won. His name is Jason. He's from New York City.
Do me a favor. Take. You have his number here.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, give his number, and we'll send him.
We'll send him
something.
a gift card.
Yeah, we'll
Something
send
to
him a gift
Starbucks or
card,
something.
You know what's amazing? I grew up watching Pee Wee Reese. Do you know what position he played?
Shortstop.
You got Freddie. Roy Campanella was the catcher.
Catcher. What happened to Roy Campanella? He was in a wheelchair, wasn't he?
He got into a major
Car
accident, and I'll tell you, what I loved about that? The Dodgers were the leaders of breaking the barrier. And getting people in. I mean, Jackie Robinson there was no one greater than Jackie Robinson and Roy Campanella. And you were a catcher.
Yeah.
That's got to be, to me, a catcher's got to be the toughest position.
It ain't easy.
Your knees got to go out. You
have to go see Dr. Pinozo.
Yeah. Oh, speaking about Dr. Pinozo, everybody.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Take
Okay,
it
Dr.
easy.
Pinozo, stay there.
We're in the 7 minutes.
Yeah. We gotta
Also, now, I just discovered when I went to NYU, he's always throwing around, I went to Queens College.
For 2 years.
I went to NYU. I'm a graduate of NYU.
I'm a graduate of University of Miami.
And-
Go Miami.
Yeah.
Hurricanes.
Well, I used to go, take it easy there, Connecticut. I used to go to the library. That's why I came up with the question about the Lions. But I used to go to the library. And every time I looked for books, I didn't understand what the numbers meant.
Dewey Decimal System.
900.0.
It's called the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'm not just a pretty face, Freddie.
Right, he's
So-
really not just a pretty face.
Whoa.
But wait a minute. When I was in
I'm
college,
impressed.
I couldn't figure out what is this language. I knew the Dewey Decimal.
That's it. The Dewey
But I
Decimal
didn't
System.
know that the library,
Yeah.
all the books and everything are, and you see how big the library in New York is,
Oh
right?
my God.
I mean, you can live in there for 3 years
It's
before
what,
they find you.
five stories?
Freddie, I think the library is another borough.
That could be the 7th borough.
You know,
The New York
Susie,
Public
I don't put
Library.
anything past you. But but anyway, 900.005 means 905. Did you know that?
No, that one I didn't know. No, that one I didn't
That's
know.
the Dewey Decimal System. But how in the world can you find any material? Why don't you just write 905?
Because here's this guy by the name of Dewey who figured out if I sell this concept to the libraries, they're going to call it the Dewey Decimal System. Do you know the story about going away from this for 1 second? I know I tend
He's
to,
doing it again.
No, I know I tend to, but what bring it back? I'm going to wait. You know what? I'm going to keep my thoughts on the subject so I don't confuse people. But you New Yorkers know that's the way we talk.
Mr. When you talk,
Talk. I mean, New Yorkers are the cool. Let me tell you something. There's nothing cooler than a New Yorker. New Yorker knows you can't put anything over on a New Yorker. People try, but you can't. They know what they're doing. They're smart. And the same, a lot of the people up in Atlanta, that we got a big audience up in Atlanta.
Yeah, we do.
And it's a nice young audience. And, we love all the people that were involved in Freddie. And, they're doing a great job for us. And you're doing a great job for them, too. And we give people the opportunity to see, what we do in Florida. And we got this great lady, our producer, who's making sure that Freddie and I and the Q don't step out of line.
That's right. She keeps us in check.
Wait a minute. I'm not the one that's stepping out of line, guys. I'm not even in that line today, but I will be back tomorrow, I promise you. I miss you guys a lot.
And I got news for you. I'm getting
ready to do my show.
But
so when we go to commercial break, I'm going to sign off.
Okay.
But I miss you guys, and I'll have more good stuff of my own tomorrow to talk about Super Bowl and maybe a little baseball. I don't know.
Yes,
Tigers.
Baseball, that's great, sure.
Opening
Baseball, apple pie, and
Chevrolet.
I don't know, Chevrolet.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
That's a Don McLean saying. Goodbye, Chevrolet.
The baseball, apple pie, Chevrolet was also brought on in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do you know that
That's
the security?
Right. You see how I made that segue, Freddie?
Yeah, she's a segwayer.
See how I made that segue?
I can see that, honey. Do you know how much security is at the Silicon Valley in the Super Bowl right now?
Oh, God.
They showed it today.
Amazing.
They're going to have Hercules helicopters.
Oh, I believe that.
Fully loaded, circling the stadium. You can't get in within 4 miles. It will be considered irregular.
Yeah, I believe that.
Nothing in, nothing out. Not sea, not ground, nothing. Mm-hmm. They have these mobile X-ray machines now that anything that's being carted in, they can see everything, including what you're wearing underneath your jacket and your clothes.
Isn't that terrible how we have to resort to that now?
I kind of like it.
Well, I mean, you want to be safe. I remember the days at the old Orange Bowl. Well, not the Orange Bowl, when Joe Robbie Stadium. You were not allowed to bring anything into the stadium. You couldn't bring sodas. You couldn't bring thermoses. You couldn't bring bags in. They checked everything, and that was before any of this stuff happened.
Yes, but now that this Super Bowl is taking place in Silicon Valley,
yeah,
all of the computer companies that always wanted to try out all this technical, I mean, they can actually bug your phone without interfering with your rights, because it doesn't go into the phone. It goes through the air, and the air is public domain.
That's correct.
So they can pick up your conversation and know who you are. These helicopters can see your face from above the stadium.
Well, this is what the world has come to.
But this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, Silicon Valley and technology, it's like everything is coming together. But anyway, I think the game is
Do either one of you boys know how much a ticket is to the Super Bowl?
Wow.
$5,362 a ticket.
And that's just to sit in the end zone, probably.
Who knows what that is? That's the latest one I saw.
Well, when Alabama played, tickets are almost impossible to buy, and they were right in that price range for the Alabama game. Alabama draws an amazing crowd.
But Susie says she has a connection. Susie, don't you have a connection for tickets?
Do I have a connection to the ticket? I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not to the highest bidder. So if you want to email me or call me, I'll let you know what my connection is.
Oh, there you go. Well, that took care of that. You're supposed to say, yeah, I got you covered, Freddie. Thanks a lot there, Susie.
Okay, we're going to go. You want to take our break now and do some commercials and what people got there? Susie, I won't be here tomorrow, so do a good show with Freddie, break a leg, and I hope everything goes good.
I will, and I miss my boys, and you guys are great, and thank you, everybody, for listening, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm going to do my gig.
You guys,
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
All right, let's take a break.
Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.TV. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
Have you ever had a business idea that you thought would be a great solution to tough challenges in today's world, but have no idea of how to get started? You don't want to waste investment money on ideas that just don't work. Introducing Health and Wealth Seminars, a sophisticated advertising agency with over 40 years in the ad business. What makes Health and Wealth different from other agencies is that they fit your product into the public's need. They help put together the strategy of your business before you commit thousands of dollars and just find out those ideas just don't work. Health and Wellness Seminars carries advertising contracts, radio and television contracts, and even a production service contract that will cover all of your business needs. Call today, 954-303-9563, and let Health and Wellness Seminars carry your business to the next level. The number is 954-303-9563. And remember that what happens when you don't advertise is nothing. 954-303-9563 is the number you need to get your business started in the right direction.
You're lunching with two boys from Brooklyn who invite you to advertise on their show. Share your good news. Just call 888-224-5422 and get all the information. There are plenty of options, and this could be a great chance to get the word out about your business or service. That's 888-224-5422. Now let's get back to those two boys from Brooklyn.
Get sued.
You're on the air, Mr. Sue Man.
Yes, we are on the air. Let me tell you about a new. Are we still on? Are we on there? Oh, I love that music. Dr. Pedozzo is holding a medical seminar on Tuesday, the 16th, at the South County Civic Center, which is 16700 Jog Road. He's going to talk about treating pain, how he could diagnose pain, showing you what it is to have pain and how easy it is for him to correct that pain. So if you want to make a reservation, you could call us up at 954-303-9563, or you could go to Panozzo.com, which is P-A-N-N-O-Z-Z-O, or you could go to Panozzo.tv.
That's correct.
Could they go to AMP-TV and make it also, Freddie?
You can.
Yeah, or you could go to AMP2.tv and just make your appointment. Or if you want to just come there, doors are open. We'll have some fun.
Where's the address?
The address is 16700 Jog Road in Delray. And let me tell you, when you meet Dr. Panozzo and you find out what he could do, I mean, how many people do we know, Freddie, that we've sent to see this man that have come back raving? I mean, he cures migraine headaches, unheard of, right? Cures back pain, ACL. You went there, I went there, half of iHeart went there. And if you want to give Dr. Pedozzo a call and say you heard it on the Boys from Brooklyn, it's 561-381-5800. And Doc, I hope you're in there listening, and make sure you give a shot to everyone who comes in and let them know if they want to call us up. They can call us up and tell them how happy they are to see you.
That's right. And you know something, Dr. Panozzo has a show on Sundays.
Every Sunday.
12:30 WBZT. And he also has a show on 94.
His show was 12 o'clock, not 12:30.
12:30 WBZT.
Oh, okay.
And 94.3 FM.
At the same time, at what time?
11 o'clock.
That's right.
11 to 12.
Is it 11 to 12?
11 to 12.
Oh, 11 to 12. It is 11 to 12.
Yes.
I've been only doing this for 2 years.
Yes. I know that because I have another show 1 to 2. But 11 to 12 is Dr. Panozzo's Medical Hour, and you can tune in to see and hear what he has to say. Always a very colorful gentleman.
And we always have a lot of fun, and we let everybody call up and tell us what's going on. And no one has ever called up, Frey, and said they did anything wrong, so I'm happy about that.
That's right. And all doctors make mistakes. Sometimes they miss. Sometimes they aren't the nicest people in the world, but Dr. Panozzo does a lot more good than he does bad. And I wanted to bring up a story about the vets because we want the veterans to attend this thing. I saw on the news today that there is a pill for veterans for hepatitis.
Mm-hmm.
Hepatitis C?
Hepatitis C.
They have a cure for it. And the vets created it. A doctor that works for the Veteran Affairs created it. Mm-hmm. He charges $954,000 a pill.
Wow.
And the veterans get it for $45,000 a pill. And the VA cannot afford the $2 billion budget that they have to give the vets this pill. So it's become a big controversy.
Wow.
So the senators now have called the doctor to Washington, and he resigned today with his $400 million. So it goes to show you, even in good, there's bad. And they have the pill, and that pill should be given to every vet for free. And
of course
they don't
it
do
should
that.
be.
He sold it to a laboratory, and they're making a bundle on this.
These vets are out there coming back with everything, and if it wasn't for them, they're protecting this country. God bless those people that volunteer to go out and protect us. And I think it's a terrible thing not to give that pill for free. And I think our government should take over that pill. Because let's face it doesn't cost $45,000 to make a pill.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the Veteran Administration allows doctors to sign private contracts on their own time, and it's become a real big cluster. So however that ends up happening, happens. But getting back to Dr. Panozzo, I want to invite veterans to come down, because Dr. Panozzo said that he would treat veterans for free.
That's correct.
And he wants you to come on down, and if you're in pain, he will take care of it. Come and see the man, talk to the man. It's a real good thing on his.
It really is. I mean, and what do you want to talk about somebody, Freddie, or we're going back to the show? I mean, I always let you talk. I mean, if anyone needs video done or any kinds of streaming done, they could always call Mr. S at what number, Fred?
We have actually what we're going to talk about is that we have a promotion on the air. If you own a business, or you have a business idea, or you have you're selling hot dogs or something for the big game,
Mustard,
watermelon, whatever, and you want to come down, you want to put an ad on the air, come on down. We'll let you promo it right here on.
Oh wow, that's good.
On the stage.
Love
we'll run it for the next 3 weeks.
Right.
Or you can call us at 866-224-5422. That's the number to am2.tv, and we'll be happy to put that together. And then we have health and wealth.
Which is,
now you got me saying it.
It's health and wealth.
Health and Wealth, which is a company that will help you promote your business.
We could help you market. We could help you advertise, and our success rating is pretty good between the two of us doing a team effort. You could call me at 954-303-9563, and together Freddie and I will create something for you that you'll be very proud of.
That's right.
So now let's get back to what we talking about, football.
Well, I got a question that came in on my phone.
And
again, it has to do with New York.
Okay.
Do you know why? It's a great mystery. There is a bunch of AA batteries in the subways of New York.
In the subway
on
cars?
On the tracks. There is a ton of batteries. AA, AAA batteries.
I might be able to answer this question. Okay. Is that because there's a lot of people that live in the subways, downstairs, in the subways, a lot of the people, and they use the flashlights to be able to see? Is that one of the things? I know there's a lot of people that are homeless, and they live down there in the subways, in certain parts of the subways that were closed down, and they put new track. Is that it? Probably not. He's looking at me.
A gentleman named Joseph wrote in and said that the batteries come from the subway workers' flashlights, and they throw them in there, and then another crew is supposed to come and pick them up. But if you know there's a train coming, you ain't picking nothing up.
Wait, so why can't they just put them in their pockets and carry them out? Because those are dangerous. It's alkaline, right? And those things, and all kinds of poisons in there. Why would that's kind of dumb?
I don't know.
So I told you, New Yorkers do whatever they feel like. That's why you don't fool around with a New Yorker.
That's right. You try to stay away from a New Yorker. And then Kim wrote in.
Go ahead.
She says there is a piece of the Berlin Wall tucked in an urban cafe style park called 53rd Street.
Wow.
Piece of the Berlin Wall. She says she had a heck of a time finding it, because no New Yorker in the world knows what that is. Do you know what the Berlin Wall is?
Yeah.
I thought she was going to say no.
Let's see. Do you know what it is?
Of course I know.
Okay.
I remember when it went down.
Yes.
Do you?
And who was the president that said, "Get this wall down"?
Reagan.
Well, God, she's good.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she's good.
He said, "Mr. Gorbachev, bring down
that wall down."
Something like that.
Yeah, right.
Really?
Ronald Reagan. I mean, I thought he was a great president. I mean, I don't talk politics, but to me, I voted for him both times. I think he did a lot for the country.
Yes.
I do.
I thought he was a madman.
Yeah.
And then after that, he became one of my favorites.
Do you know his first TV show? Let's see.
Oh.
Come on.
It was a western.
Yes,
Wasn't
well, yes, but now wait, hold it. But he didn't star in the Western.
it? No, it was.
It wasn't Howdy Doody, was it?
No, no, it was Death Valley Days.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, and here is a question for everybody. You might know the answer, but I've stumped so many people at parties. I said, if you could name two people that never played baseball in their life that are in the Baseball Hall of Fame. They weren't coaches, they weren't players, they had nothing to do with baseball, but they're in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Okay, if anyone has that answer, then I'll give a couple seconds, we'll go into something else. It's 800-889-0267. Call us up. Now, Freddie.
I know the answer to that.
You probably do. Okay, we'll see. We'll wait.
I know the answer to
Okay.
that. It just came to me.
Okay.
Because I've heard this question before.
Okay, so we're going to wait a while, and then we're going to talk about what do you want to talk about today now? Do you want to talk about food? We always like to. Any restaurants that we've gone to that you found that was really exciting that you would go back again? I know your favorite restaurant.
Which is my favorite restaurant?
Maggiano's.
You know, my kids say that to me as well. It's not my favorite. I just like the owner. He's a nice guy.
I've eaten Maggiano's, and the food happens to be very good.
It is good, but it's not my favorite.
No, what's your favorite? I mean, we don't have any sponsors. You know, we're not looking for sponsors. We're just talking about food. Let's break it down. Steaks. Which is your favorite?
My favorite restaurant all around is Rocky's off of Atlantic
Oh, I've
Avenue.
never been there. Well, you live in this area, okay?
Rocky's, to me, he's a Brooklyn guy,
Right.
and he brings a baseball bat steak. Remember baseball?
Oh
bat
yeah,
steak?
yeah.
And
How about the tomahawk steak?
I don't know what what's a tomahawk steak?
It's a tomahawk. The reason they call it a tomahawk steak is it's got that bone. But what is it? It's not a prime rib. What is it? You don't remember, Connie? Okay, Carroll, Connecticut.
You see,
I call it.
Connecticut is easier.
Yeah,
Carroll, Connie. Now
yeah.
you're gonna call
I'm gonna call
Reagan and everything
Connecticut
else.
much easier. Okay, so Italian restaurant?
No, I like Rocky's.
No. Is it an Italian restaurant? Just a steakhouse?
No, it's a steakhouse, but it's really fantastic because he has things going on in this place. He has musicians. He has.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
He has a
That's nice.
Sinatra look-alike and everything else. So
Really? So you can have fish there. You can have anything you want.
Everything you want.
The best steakhouse that I've eaten in down here is probably I like the Capitol Grill.
Do you?
I like the Capitol Grill for their steaks, and they've got killer onion soup, which I like that. To be honest with you, I really found no restaurants that I didn't like. I kind of like food.
You know, the funny thing is that the concept of Two Boys from Brooklyn was about finding pizza.
Yeah, that's how we got started, Freddie.
That's how we got started. We were trying to find a pizzeria down here
that we liked.
Now, I found one. I'm
Right.
going to go talk to the guy on Friday.
Was that the one where we went with the whole crew one day and we had pizza and we liked it?
This one is on Clipmore, hitting away from the whole world. I can't believe this guy's a pizzeria there because he's going to starve to death. I mean, he don't open a pizzeria in the middle of nowhere. But the pizza is as close to New York.
If you cook it, they'll come.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you, he's really good.
Really?
And I'm going to bring in some so we could try.
Yeah,
I was going to bring in
tell me.
yesterday, but iHeart had a feast in here. Is that normal?
Yeah.
Every day?
No, every Tuesday.
Well, they got Tuesday cranes in there.
Well, if you come in when we come in to do our Sunday shows, you'll notice there are empty pizza boxes here.
Yeah, that's from Tuesday.
Yeah, that's why.
Don't eat that.
You take a bagel, you hit it on the wall, and it just rolls and breaks. Yeah, no. It's every Tuesday they bring in food here. Really?
Usually Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, okay. They used to do that at one of the stations that I was at many years ago. They used to bring the Chick-fil-A, and the person would get on and talk about the Chick-fil-A. And wait, so this is a funny story about Chick-fil-A. I'm on course now, Freddie. I'm not jumping. I'm doing good.
There you go.
Okay, all right. I get a bell for that one. Okay. One of the marketing managers at Chick-fil-A, I told her I had a place up in Atlanta where my daughter was, and she said, I'm going to give you something. So I figured she's going to give me coupons for Chick-fil-A, or she's going to give me passes to something. No, she gave me? Now, I don't want anyone to start laughing. This is true. She gave me 4 passes to the Chick-fil-A Museum.
There's a Chick-fil-A museum?
In Atlanta.
You got to be kidding me.
Okay. No. Chick-fil-A. So I'm saying to myself, what could you have in a museum? An old chicken McNugget? Oh, no, that's the other guy. An old fry. I mean, now I want anyone who lives in Atlanta to tell me. I didn't go, naturally. Now, I eat there, but what would be in the Chick-fil-A museum? That's the question of today. What would you find in the Chick-fil-A museum?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know how it got started? I personally like Chick-fil-A. Let me tell you, they got those fries. Am I right, Connecticut? Are those fries the best? That is why I work out every morning at the gym. Because
So you can eat Chick-fil-A.
no, I mean
So you
chicken.
can dive a hard egg with French fries in your mouth.
No, hey, look, I told everyone, I said to my wife, when I pass, I want to be buried in a Speedo. And the reason why, because I don't look good in a Speedo now.
Do you know something? When you pass, I want you to be buried in a Speedo too. Speedo in the ground, please. Speedo, that's good.
Well, you know what's happening now?
That's the joke of the day. If you can say what today's joke of the day was tomorrow, I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Okay, that's good.
And today's joke of the day is bury me in a Speedo by
Now,
Mr. Les Mann.
Let's see. No one has called in or written into you about the question. Who are they?
Abbott and Costello.
You got it right. That's exactly right. For who's on first. That's right.
That's right. And do you know?
Won a lot of
whose-
drinks with that one.
Do you know whose eyes are in a safety deposit box in New York Bank in Manhattan?
Is this person living?
Yeah, he's living. He put his eyes in the safety deposit
Okay, let's see.
box.
So, okay, it could be Rockefeller. I'm going to say Nelson Rockefeller because he was a big time guy in New York, or the mayor,
LaGuardia?
No,
Mayor LaGuardia. That's who I was thinking of.
Albert Einstein. They just text that in.
Really?
His eyeballs are put in a safety deposit box in the Bank of New York.
Okay, now I'm going to ask a really stupid. Why?
Somebody owns them.
And
Somebody they will bid it, and somebody bought them.
and what do you do with them?
Well, I mean, think about it. They got to be worth something.
Hey, honey, I can picture this. Honey, I just bought something that is so phenomenal. I spent $150,000. What is it, a ring? I said, no, I got Albert Einstein's eyes here. Do you think she'd get mad? You know my wife. Would she get mad at that?
Well, if you had $150,000 to spend,
That's the problem. I don't have $150,000 to buy
the guy
eyeballs.
who bought it probably owns Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
How many stories are there in the Empire State Building?
Oh, wait, hold it. Hold it. Okay, we're going to hold that question, see if anyone could text it into Freddie or call up. Our number is 800-889-0267, and they're emailing you on what number, Freddie?
Well, they go into am2.tv and they go into the chat box.
Okay,
and
so you go to am2.tv, go to the chat box and see if you get this one. You know what's amazing? That all these things that we're talking about all emanate from New York.
Yes.
Did you write that word? Emanate?
What does it mean?
I don't know. Comes from, right? Comes from. I'm telling you, if you're not here, Connecticut, you call me because I'm not doing the show without you. You keep the show running really good. I'm going to go. Is your boss Ken? You don't have a
She
boss?
doesn't know who it was.
You know, sometimes.
She just started, like 2
I've
days
got
ago.
5 bosses.
Sometimes, oh yeah, I used to work in radio. It's better not to know who your boss is. It's always better.
Were you on radio in New York?
No, you were.
I was, yeah.
Tell us about that. That's how you got started.
At a station in Yonkers, actually.
Wow.
I did sports.
Right, and
It was
you were
called
also
the Freddie Fix-It Show.
Fix-It Show. We started that down here when you and I
Yeah.
first met, called the Freddie Fix-It Show.
I've used Freddie Fix-It Show for so many things. I used to do mortgages and construction. I did sports.
Well, for mortgages, that happens to be a great name for a mortgage company. Freddie Fix-It. If you have a problem, call. You don't do it anymore now.
I used to know.
But now we're dedicated to this. This is our bread and butter. Well, you would probably put the hot dog with bread and butter on the bun also.
Bread and butter and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Bread and mayonnaise.
Let me tell you something. You know what a favorite sandwich of mine used to be? I'm going to
see
try to
his
get
face? You saw
ready
his
this.
face?
Bologna
Yeah.
on white bread with mayonnaise.
Of course, with cheese. And you have to heat the bologna. It's called a bologna sandwich.
There's a restaurant in the western part, and I think it's in Texas. They make their own bologna, but it's cut about 2 inches thick. They put it on a charcoal grill, and they put sauce on it, and then on top of that they put coleslaw on a bun, and and you watch this. The lines are a mile long to get in for the sandwich. That's the biggest.
Bologna was what poor people in the South Bronx could afford to eat.
So the poor people in New York ate that. Bologna was
You ate bologna?
Oh
as a
God,
Jew?
yes.
They allow you to eat that? What kind of Jew are you? Kosher bologna?
It was kosher bologna.
Kosher bologna.
Pork kosher bologna and a glass of chocolate. Bosco. Oh wait,
I
hold it.
remember Bosco.
I got.
What's the name of the rabbit?
Oh God, you'll get me. You'll really get. No, I don't know. You know?
The Quick. Nestle Quick. The rabbit.
Okay. Anybody, here's a show that Freddie and I probably grew up on. Could you name the characters on the Howdy Doody show?
No, Les, that was before my time.
That was before it's definitely before your time.
Howdy Doody. But I did
But
see
I saw it in
reruns of
syndication.
Yeah.
Is that in syndication now?
No, in the 70s I saw it in
In the
syndication.
70s.
Oh, man.
Channel 5 New York.
New York. All right. Oh, Channel
She's
5
good.
New York. There's Dr.
Now, you're what are you? You're from Guatemala?
No, my whole family's from Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. You guys have a dish. You eat, it's a grind. It has like these little chicharrones.
Oh, I love chicharrones. Oh.
Does it have rice and beans?
No, it's a piece, and you guys eat it as a meat, because I've been to parties and they put it out as a meat, and it's like on a bone and it has these little pieces. In the Hispanic family, we
Armadillo.
No. In the Spanish families, we use it as a seasoning. But when I went to a South American gathering, they had it as a meat.
Really?
And I was like, yeah. I was like, holy man. But you must have different traits where, like, you know about the banging of that steak and everything else, right? That's Hispanic tradition.
I'll tell you, there's a restaurant that we go to I think it's every second Friday. They roast the pig. It's a Cuban restaurant, and let me tell you, they bring it in from the house. They bury it in the ground for like 2 days.
3 days.
It is 3 days. I'm going to tell you something. There is nothing better. And I'll sit there and I'll have it with the Cuban bread. I'll make a sandwich. Oh, it's real chicharrones right from the pig. Rice and beans and grilled onions on top of the rice and beans.
Well, since
gosh.
this is a midday show, since we're going to be doing lunches,
I hope so.
We're going to go to El Presidente supermarkets, and they have Hispanic foods.
You know what we're going to start doing with
And we'll bring some of that stuff in.
We're going to start bringing whoever wants to come on and bring some of your foods in. We'll talk about it. And always remember one thing: if it's not good, we're going to tell you, because we want everything we do is honest. We're going to tell you if
I can't do that. I'm going to say, listen, it's okay.
No,
But
okay.
I'm not going to say it's not good.
No,
because
so
people be afraid to bring the food.
No.
And you're not a real New Yorker then, because New Yorkers will tell you.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't need it. Listen, I worked for an embassy. I worked for Charlie Rangel, for the congressman, and he made me go down to Chinatown.
Who the heck don't you know?
Well, no, I worked for Charlie Rangel for 4 years, and I went down to Chinatown to meet with a Oriental, Japanese, Chinese
Oh,
people.
that's what you find in Chinatown.
You don't want to know. And I go down there, and they made me eat chicken feet.
Oh, that's a big thing. Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you something. I told the Congress, and you have to, because you insult them. So I picked it up, and I'm going like this. I'm sort of flipping it,
Was it good?
I didn't eat it.
Oh, it happens to be very good.
And the guy is sucking on. I'm like, are you serious?
Did they take the nails off?
No.
Oh, yeah.
It was horrible. I wasn't gonna eat that.
Well, when you were growing up.
When you're growing up,
Well,
I ain't gonna be growing no more.
When you were younger, your grandmother used to take the whole chicken, afterwards, and they put it in a big pot and boil it with everything on it, and they put potatoes and
That's called carne guisada. Pollo guisado.
I know pollo means chicken, right?
Chicken guisado.
But let me tell you, here's what I say about food.
That's my number one dish.
Really?
I'll bring you some.
Oh, I'd love that. I love anything Spanish or Cuban. To me, that's some of the best.
Now I'm
foods
gonna give you the best. We got a couple of minutes left. I'm gonna give you the all-American Puerto Rican steak. What you had to have in the cupboards because you couldn't afford to buy a steak every day.
Mm-hmm.
Spam.
I've eaten spam. I had no problem with spam.
We had so much spam in my day.
That's very. You know how big that's big in Hawaii.
Yeah, but you can't even find that now.
Hawaii. You know why? Hawaii.
They eat it all.
I mean,
Spam.
Yeah.
You remember spam?
Oh, I used to eat spam.
You still eat spam now?
Absolutely.
Well, in
You eat it
Hawaii,
now?
that's one of the biggest things. They make sushi rolls with spam. Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. If you watch the Food Network, once in a while they have this guy Andrew Zimmern.
They have a festival for spam.
Yep. Spam Festival. Yeah, she's right.
You're kidding me. I can't even find a can of spam now.
Oh yeah, you go to Publix. They have it there.
No.
Yes.
They won't let me eat it anyway. They say it's bad for you. But we grew up on spam. And what about corned beef in a can?
No, that I've never. No,
Have you ever had that?
No.
Oh, you haven't lived? You had corned beef in a can?
Is it good?
Wasn't it
It's
Hormel?
Hormel.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the ones.
And
Yeah.
my sister, and she'll probably call one day. My sister used to make it for me as a kid, and she used to cut bananas in it. what you guys call plátanos, yeah. Sweet
But-
plantains in it.
What you-
Oh, baby.
Corned beef in a can. Oh. My grandparents, he puts mayonnaise on corned beef. He puts, and now he's talking about corned beef in a can.
I put mayonnaise on everything. I put mayonnaise on you if you stand still or not.
I watched you one day put mayonnaise on a corned beef sandwich. I'm
I
saying
do.
it. Huh?
That's the way I was brought up.
Well, you know what it is. You're brought up in the Jewish faith. And, corned beef and pastrami are big staples. I have something you would know. You ever eat gefilte fish?
Yes, once.
Did you like it?
No.
And
Too salty.
Well, yeah, I can't eat it now, but you put it with that red horseradish. Oh. Now, you know it's funny. We ought to start talking about ethnic foods because what you like and Connecticut likes is what you grew up on. So to you, everything tastes well. You give somebody a fatty corned beef sandwich, and they take a bite of it, they might not like it. Well, I can't say anyone not liking corned beef. I mean, that's
Fatty is delicious.
Oh, the fattier the better.
The fattier the better. Hey, Les, when I worked with my father, we used to go to Flatbush, where there's a heavy Jewish
Yeah,
community.
that's where I lived in Flatbush.
And the problem with working in Flatbush was that there was nothing there that I could eat. The Jewish people have their way of eating. In one store, you have to go to 16 stores to make a sandwich.
No, he's right. I agree. You're right.
So I used to tell my dad, he used to come with an Italian bread and different ingredients. And he used to tell me, what is this? I go, Dad, this is what happens when we come to Flatbush. So what do? We started making rice and beans and bringing it with us to work.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a true story. And sometimes there were no stoves. So what did? We used to
Sterno.
No, the radiator. You put the pot on the radiator, and 3
Wow.
hours later, it was good as new, baby.
So a
Good
lot
as
of
new.
people here don't know what a radiator is unless you grew up in New York.
Whoa,
Remember?
you know what
every
a
apartment
radiator,
had the
right?
radiator.
Yeah.
Radiator. What else did every apartment building have? Fire escape.
Fire escapes.
You
Oh, you
said-
remember fire escapes? Do you remember playing off the stoop?
Yeah, stoop bowl.
You stoop. We used to call it off the stoop. Do you know what that is? Off the stoop? Man, she knows everything.
She is good. Hit that ball. 2 minutes down. This is going too well. We might have to We might have to buy another hour.
But I tell you, the nostalgia in a lot of things that are going on.
Yeah.
You know, the Super Bowl is going to be nostalgic as well. It's 50 years. We know ball players that are in the Hall of Fame, like Lawrence Taylor and all these guys.
Lawrence Taylor was one of the greatest.
One of the greatest,
Yeah,
you know,
I think he was one of the greatest football players that was ever played.
He changed the game.
Yeah,
Definitely
he
changed
did.
the game. So this Super Bowl is going to have a lot of nostalgia to it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's in California. But in itself, it's going to be a great day. And it's going to be a nice change. And New York brings back a lot of memories.
And you know what's good? It brings back a lot of good memories.
Yeah.
I don't really have bad memories of New York. I mean,
Well, we have 9/11.
yeah, that was.
But, you know, we'll talk about 9/11.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do it at the beginning of the as a saga. But we'll also talk about the sports teams.
The
like,
77 blackout.
Oh yeah, right. The
Now,
77
you know,
blackout,
I was in Puerto Rico. I lived in Puerto Rico, but I remember the 77 blackout. Alexander's on 3rd Avenue got demolished,
Alexander's,
and they
right.
never replaced it.
So as the clock is ticking away, folks, I won't be here tomorrow, but I have a very, very, very beautiful, nice, sweet lady. It's the Q who'll be
Q.
doing it with Freddie. But I'll be back again on Friday. Hey, and don't forget, call to make your reservations for Dr. Pinozzo. It's going to be held on the 16th from 3 to 6 at South County Civic Center, 16700 Jog Road. Come on down and see the fabulous doctor and learn how you never, ever have to take another drug again. Thank you again for listening to the two guys from Brooklyn. Thank you, Susie, for calling up, and thank you, Connie, for being there. Connie, Connecticut. And her name is Carol. How can I not remember the name Carol?
I told you.
I'm not even going to ring a bell in that one. That's it. I rang my 2 bells today. I'm done. Have a great day, and
Say
I'll see you
goodbye,
guys
Ollie.
Friday. Goodbye, Ollie.
Well, that's about it for today's lunch break with two boys from Brooklyn. You're invited to join the break every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. So, if you missed some of the good stuff they served up today, there's more coming next time. Bring your lunch and the boys from Brooklyn will bring the smiles. And it's all live. See you next time. Now go and enjoy the rest of your day.
WBZT West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lisa Brady. It didn't have to happen. That's what an EPA official is telling Congress about the water emergency in Flint, Michigan, amid a lot of finger pointing.
My home was being tested because of the discoloration of my water and the health issues my family was experiencing. We fought the city and the state, saying there was something wrong, and we were dismissed.
Flint resident Leanne Walters says an EPA official who tried to help was punished by his bosses. Congressman Elijah Cummings.
Whether it's local, whether it's state, I want everybody who is responsible for this fiasco to be held accountable. I'm not protecting anybody.
Flint's water was contaminated with lead by pipe corrosion after the city's water source was switched to save money.
We should adopt a simple flat tax.
Iowa winner Ted Cruz sticking to his message in New Hampshire as Rand Paul suspends his campaign for the GOP nomination. Former astronaut Mark Kelly says most of the candidates talk tough.
Most of them are terrified of the gun lobby.
He and his wife, gunshot survivor and former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, campaigning for Hillary Clinton. Bill Cosby in court for a second day in Pennsylvania, where his attorneys argue he can't be prosecuted in a sexual assault case because of a deal made years ago. Fox Radio's Gernal Scott with more live.
Lisa, there has been more testimony today. One of the comedian's attorneys said on the stand that had it not been for the non-prosecution agreement at issue here, he would not have let Bill Cosby testify in a civil lawsuit involving a former Temple University employee, Andrea Constan's 2004 sex assault claim. John Schmidt said during the hearing he thought then prosecutor Bruce Castor's press release was enough. The judge says he could decide today if he'll throw out the charge against Cosby or allow the case to continue, Lisa.
Thanks, Gernal. Stocks are lower despite a rebound in oil prices. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.